Episode 2, Trev's Hockey Show. Here on Trev's Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. You know that. If you're tuning in, if you're watching. That's too sweet. Anyway. Now, I've seen a number of hockey personalities on YouTube doing something like this already. And it's not that I'm trying to rip off the idea or say my idea is better. I just figured I'd add my nickel into this equation. These are my 10 bold predictions for 2019-2020. This isn't me predicting divisions. This isn't me predicting who goes in what position, who leads the league with this many points, who's going to win the draft lottery, or I'm not even going to touch the playoffs because playoffs are just unpredictable anymore, so we won't even go there. This is just me saying these are 10 things, according to my Nostradamus ball, that could most likely happen. So, having said all that, let's get right down to it. First and foremost, and this is probably one I'm going to laugh at the instant I finish saying it. The Senators are not going to finish 31st overall. Who in the hell am I kidding? Of course they are. But no, they're not. They're not. I'm not too sure which team's going to finish lower than they are. But I don't think the Senators will finish last. Not like last year, where it was an easy thing to predict. This coming year, I don't really think it's that easy a thing to predict. I mean, there's too many X factors around a lot of other teams. And I think Ottawa, they won't make the playoffs. That's a given. But they won't finish dead last. Our first coaching casualty for this year is going to come in Minnesota. Bruce Boudreau will be the first coach fired this year. I think it's an inevitability. I don't really, yeah, they got Zuccarello on board. But still having Suter and Parise long-term isn't helping the team. And with Dushnik, my wife calls him Devin Dushnik, with Dushnik in net and no real solid defense in front of him, you know how it works in the NHL. It's never the player's fault initially. It's always the coach's fault, and the coach is always the first one to go. This year it'll be Boudreau. I know this one's kind of going against what I said as to not trying to predict finalists or anything like that, but I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. Kakko is going to be voted Rookie of the Year. I don't know what it is. I think he's the better player between him and Jack Hughes, and it's kind of probably unfair to already make that kind of judgment before the season's even began. I mean, I'm not even taking into account Zadina, who I think will make a huge difference in Detroit. But I think with Hughes Kakko being the new Ovechkin Crosby, the last Ovechkin Crosby went to Ovechkin. So don't expect anything different between the North American and the European side. Kakko is your Rookie of the Year. Speaking of the Grade 8, he's going to score 50 goals. Again, I don't know if he'll lead the league in goals, but he will score 50. I guess I could say this with all comfortability. You could probably expect an 894 counter from this point forward when it comes to talking hockey videos for the 1920 season and beyond until Ovechkin hits 894. I think it'll happen. As far as divisions is concerned, the Metro has always been the most competitive division for the last couple of years. Don't expect that to change at all. I mean, you look at it, really. Pittsburgh, Washington, the Rangers now are definitely going for the jugular. The Islanders, the Flyers, the Jackets, the Devils, and who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody, but Guarantee you 6 of those 8 teams in that division are going to be strong playoff pushers, strong playoff contenders. And it's going to be fun to watch, like it always is with the Metro Division. Despite the change of scenery, Milan Lucic is still going to suck. And it's not a case of I'm just saying that just to say it. You look at his digression the last couple of years. He ain't getting any better. Moving to Calgary from Edmonton doesn't change a thing. He's still going to suck. It's still going to be a very incompetent season as far as Milan Lucic is concerned, and it'll be some time before Calgary or whoever acquires him in the next couple of years can buy him out, because $6 million is a lot of money. You want to keep that on your books for years to come? I don't think so. I'm almost dreading saying this one in the event that it does happen. Erik Karlsson is not going to play a full 82-game season. He really hasn't recovered since ankle surgery a couple of years ago. And watching him play the remainder of last year and the playoffs, and how very visible it was that he has become the new glass house. I mean, I honestly didn't think anybody other than Rick DiPietro would be a glass house in the NHL, but I think Erik Karlsson is now the new glass house, and it sucks for San Jose having to be on the hook for that, but it's all about gambles, you know, and I'm sure Doug Wilson knew this going in and signing him to the kind of term and money that he did. It's really going to take the Sharks down, and it's going to suck to see. I know in last year's prediction videos, I predicted MacKinnon was going to hit 100 points. He came one short at the end of the 18-19 season. I think he's getting it this year for sure. Double stamps, no erases. MacKinnon's getting 100 points. Seeing how easy it was for 6 guys to do it last year, there's no reason why 7, 8, or 9 guys even this year can hit 100 points. And MacKinnon's going to be one of them. Having Rantanen on his side, ooh. They were dynamic last year, and they're only going to get better this year. Second last. And yeah, I'm purposely moving this one up. The trade deadline is going to suck. If we've learned anything from trade deadlines the last few years, trade deadlines don't really mean anything anymore as far as who's going where and what team is trading and what team's going all in. Because you think about it, the big trades now happen after the season ends, draft day, or the day before trade deadline day. Deadline day itself, it was more or less just moving picks, prospects, or development guys. No big stars anymore really get moved on trade deadline day. This year, it's going to suck. It really is. And I mean, it's going to be more hype than it deserves. But we're going to have to put up with it like we always do. Yeah, I'm totally saving the best for last. And it's completely biased. But in my Nostradamus ball, this will happen. Seattle will have a team name by the end of December. Whether or not, and I'm hoping they do, but whether or not they have a logo and whether or not they have colors and a jersey design remains to be seen. I hope they do, but they'll at least have a name. And as I said before, I don't care what the team name is. I'm going to support them regardless. You could call them Kraken, I'll be happy. You can call them Totems, I'll be happy. You can call them the Emeralds, I'll be happy. Hell, if the WHL Seattle Thunderbirds said, hey, take our name and call themselves the Thunderbirds and use the old Whalers colors, I'd be happy with that. Either way, I'm excited with Seattle, if it hasn't been obvious. But that was more or less my take on 10 bold predictions for the 2019-2020 season. Feel free to debate me on this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Give me some of your bold predictions. I'd love to read them. I'd love to have a conversation about them. You know, just let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But this was episode 2 of Trev's Hockey Show. If you like this video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you like what you're seeing, you know, follow along and stay up to date with all my content. That little red button, I believe, is right there. Slap that thing, and you'll stay up to date with everything I put out on this channel. If you really want to, you can find Trev's trade page on Facebook at Trev's Trade Page. You can also find Trev TV, which is the parent company of Trev's Hockey Show, on Facebook at Trev's TV. And you can find Trev TV on Instagram at Rockstar Trev TV. Moving forward, I've got a couple ideas actually for the hockey show. I might actually do one today. If not today, then tomorrow for sure. If not tomorrow, expect it in the week. I know I should be a little more consistent and kind of advertise what day I'm going to do videos on, but I like to keep things sporadic. So I can't really say, well, expect a video Sunday, expect a video Wednesday, expect a video Thursday. Expect a video when I decide to do one, which with my creativity, you never know. It could be in an hour, could be tomorrow afternoon, could be Monday morning, doesn't matter. But I will be putting out more videos for Trev's Hockey Show. So in the meantime, and in between time, be on the lookout for more videos from the Trev. Later.